Salute world. It's the one and only Master myself, man. I'm out here mastering myself every single day. I simply wanted to go into how to get out of your own way, right? All of us are in our own way for whatever reason, whatever it is that we've learned in life, we've just been in our own way, right? We've gotten in the way of our blessings. We got in the way of, you know, the opportunities that came your way because we were programmed, instructed, and are programmed every single day to get in our own way, right? To follow the distractions of the material nature that is the universe or whatever the case may be, right? So all of us are in our own way, and it's when you remove yourself from the natural order of your life, you're gonna start to see the value or the strength of what's available to you, because it's like going along a current of a river and knowing that that river has a flow, it has a path, it has a natural flow, right? That natural flow is that's the work that we need to do. We need to get back in touch with that natural flow, right? Wherever it is that you go, whatever it is that you're tapped into, you got to know that there's a path that's easier. It's called the path of least resistance, right? What is it that I'm resisting in my life? Well, I'm creating blockages or dams in my life that are blocking the flow or the force of my life. So, so many people all the time ask me, "Hey, man, what are you doing in Vegas? Or how'd you move out here?" I get asked that question almost daily because of the nature of my services right now. And what am I doing here? I'm studying from the greatest player in the world. That is the reason why I moved to Las Vegas. And man, it has not been easy. It's been, something that has challenged every fucking thought process I've ever had, right? Something that challenged my true essence of who I know myself to be. It's changed, it's molded, it's transforms my consciousness into a higher level. And that's important to know simply because before me getting out of my own way, I had to get out of my own way. I had to get out of what I thought was possible in order to even come here, right? So I've already achieved the impossible by showing up to, a place where you have to change, you have to transform. And I was in my own way, and I was blocking the flow, and I'm still finding different ways to remove the obstacles that are in my path. But the Stoic philosophy, one of the major philosophies of my life, is that the obstacle in the path becomes the path, right? So I've been finding these obstacles that are in the path, and they don't have as much density, they don't have much solidity as I think they do. Because why? It's all in my mind, right? Again, it's the thoughts that I am not this, or I'm not that, or this has to happen this way, or so on and so forth. These are thoughts. And what do I learn from one of our collective mentors? Is called Jesse Lee Peterson. His name is Jesse Lee Peterson. What he says is all thoughts are all lies all the time, right? So these are thoughts that were in the path of where I'm walking. See, I'm walking right now. It's like as a big ass rock is in the middle of the road, or I can't, find my way around. Well, what if I just climb on top of that rock? Because it's just simply something that's on the path. It's not preventing me from moving forward. So the objective is move forward no matter what. How to get out your own way? Just keep moving forward, right? Anything that's been blocking your progression in life is something that has been holding you, quote unquote, holding you back, right, from your fullest expression, from what is really truly possible. So that's the work I've been doing on myself recently. I hadn't been streaming, uh, my thoughts and ideas, but this is so essential. I have to give back. I have to contribute, what I'm saying, outside of myself, so that whoever it is that watches these videos, or even if I go back and I watch them later in my life, I want everybody, me first and foremost, to understand that it's essential that I contribute. It's essential that I get out of my own way and I get out of these thoughts that I have internally, because all thoughts are all lies all the time. So when I drop those thoughts, there is no reason for me to not, share the insights and the growth and the knowledge and the development that I've been going through being out here in Las Vegas. I've changed my life completely. I know I will never be the same because of this one decision of coming here to Las Vegas and to learn from uh, AZD. His name is AZD, Aras Sapar Dibazar. When I first met him, his name was only Aras Dibazar. And, that was a whole transformation in itself. So why am I telling you all this? Well, it's essential that you know, first of all, who is speaking, but then second, that, you also have some kind of path. You have something that I learned, and I didn't want to believe it until it was necessary for me to believe it, or to know it. But, something that I learned over the years was, I'm constantly, uh, again, getting in my own way. But the solution to that was to get out of my own way, and therefore find a path to where, hey, how you doing, sir? Find a way to, essentially just go towards what it is that I wanted. And, you can never get something that you want staying in the same place and doing the same thing. That's the definition of insanity, right? Do the same thing daily and expecting different results. Well, I cannot expect different results if I am still in the same environment which I grew up in. So that was something that was so essential. I had to come to an understanding that I gotta move. I gotta change my environment. I never lived anywhere else besides Arizona before I moved here to Las Vegas. But here I am in Vegas. And man, a world of experiences that I've had that it's just not like anything else that is possible. It's not possible to experience things in which I've experienced here. And I say that humbly, knowing that I have not experienced the full extent of what's possible. But I'm on that path, right? So whatever it is that you're wanting, you got to know and understand you're in the way of that, because what you want also wants you, right? What you are seeking is seeking you. I believe Rumi said that. Whatever it is that you want, you can have it. But you got to get out of your own way. And to get out of your own way means that you have to drop something, right? Something that I have dropped, you know what I'm saying, is the idea that, man, I'm too shy to get on camera, or, I don't have anything valuable to say to people and shit like that. Like, that's just nonsense, and the opportunity that I have on a daily basis is to share insights and wisdom from what it is that I'm experiencing. To see a man that's authentically communicating. When I say authentically communicating, I haven't experienced anybody else speaking so purely and truthfully, at least fully exposing and divulging what's going on inside internally. That is so essential for us as human beings on this planet. We gotta come into awareness that all of us have a unique perspective, and anything that you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. I'm just playing with you. Now, anything that you say at all, is of value, because when it comes from your personal experience, right? A lot of people will get on camera or get on video and start to book report, right? Talking about things that they've heard from other people, manifestation and affirmations and, self-development, self-improvement, motivation, all this, these words that don't capture the essence of what you're personally experiencing. I've had the hardest year of my life the last year. You understand me? And the man that I've become as a result of that is everything. And I just have not shared that. So that's why it's so essential to get on camera and speak. It's so essential to hold a space where, we can congregate and mastermind and really divulge in different ideas, what I'm saying, to put our minds together. Because, what is it that says in the Bible? I don't want to misquote it necessarily, but one of the scriptures says, where there are two or more gathered, I am there. And that's Jesus, you know what I'm saying that. So understanding where there are two or more is what? It's one mind plus another mind. At minimum, one mind plus another mind. That is what gets you results in your life. You understand me? And it's possible, it's probable, and it's going to happen. You just got to stay consistent. You got to stay dedicated. You got to stay on the path. You cannot get in your own way. So know and understand it's possible for you to achieve what it is that you need to achieve, but you got to clean yourself on a daily basis. That's what we do every single day. You know, I've spent years working on myself, quote unquote, and other people from the outside can look at my life and say, man, what changed, so on and so forth. Well, I can point you to many things that have changed, but the greatest thing that has changed is my mind, and it's materialized in different ways, but that process continues, and a major piece of that is me getting on the camera and speaking my truth. So that's what I'm doing here. I hope this is of value to somebody somewhere at some point in time. My objective is continuously provide value and insight from my perspective and what's going on here in Las Vegas. I'm studying from a man that has 10 girlfriends. I'm living in the same spaces and holding space with him. I'm in proximity with him, and I'm looking to share that with the world, the insights in which I have with the world from, nobody else has, the means to be able to communicate that because they're not here. They're not aware. It's not reality for people. There's a man that's living with 10 women. And when I say 10 women, not living with them, I'm saying that he has 10 women under his control. And that's intriguing to me as a social scientist, as a man of honor and integrity, a man of discipline and strength and a martial artist. That's what I am at my core. You understand me? So knowing that, I understand it's very unique, the level of experience that I'm having. And for whatever reason, I feel like it's been degraded. I haven't spoken on it properly. Or, a lot of people haven't acknowledged, but, it properly either. Right. But I cannot expect somebody to acknowledge the growth or the my own progression. I just cannot expect that. You understand me? And so that's where I'm at with everything, man. Just want to get on here and share some insights. If y'all ever have any questions, you want to be specific, get on here, come on live, comment, so on and so forth. I know a lot of people watch this after the fact. But yeah, man, comment and see if this is of value to you and, how else I can deliver that value. All right. It's the one and only Master myself tapping out from IMC Nation. Salute. Be the best and fuck the rest. What I always say is knowledge of self is knowledge of wealth. It's the one and only Master myself tapping out. Salute.